Well, good morning, folks. We are set to begin play as our MacNSeitz 14U team takes the field today. Coaches' meetings already transpired, and we are going to be facing the Grizzlies once again. Faced them earlier in the tournament in bracket play. Going to be a windy one today, folks. I am sitting out in the wide open, full of wind, but we'll do our best audio-wise and whatnot. So our MacNSeitz boys earning a number 2 seed coming into bracket play today, going 2-0 on the day, beating the aforementioned Grizzlies. We're facing again here, just how the seeding kind of fell out. So the Grizzlies earn a number 7 seed, and we will look to hopefully have the same success that we had yesterday as we move forward with today. I'll go over today's starting lineup, and I've got a better roster here for the Grizzlies today. And let me see here. Now we're finally live on YouTube. And so starting lineup today for our MacNSeitz 14U team, number 8, Reed Eckert, number 28, Harrison Perkins, number 9, Arlo Mai, number 12, Paul McClinney, number 33, Jacob Larson, number 5'8", Odie Saxon, number 36, Austin Strength, number 19, Tucker Lee, number 5, Brooks Carr, number 11, Evan Book, and number 10, Grant Kelly. And folks, we are all set for play. Up on the hill today for MacNSeitz is number 36, Austin Strength. And starts out with a swing and a miss and a strike 1. So good start. And looks like Austin Strength, 6 innings on the fall season thus far. Pitched in 3 games. And had pretty good success. Faced 28 batters and only 5 hits, 1 run, no earned runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. We'll see if he can continue those earlier good showings, as we now have a pitch count of 1-1. Folks, we are here early in the day. Obviously, I know myself, I was up at 5 a.m., so we get these boys up and got some extra reps in before coming to the ball field, and then came in for warm-ups here to the field by 7 o'clock, and then game start obviously at 8, but here at 7:55 getting a little jump on the morning as both teams were here early and ready to go. We now have a 2-2 count. So again, that's a 7:55 start time. And that one slips away from Austin. And the Grizzlies have their lead-off batter make his way over to first base. So I think oftentimes when you have faced a team earlier in pool play, you see them in bracket play and you think or expect that the game is going to go the exact same way. And it's always interesting to see how things go because there's so much strategy that goes into picking who's pitching and looking at your lineup and all that, but trying to get a little bit deeper in the bracket. But I imagine we see a little bit of a different Grizzlies team today than what we saw previously, as Austin Strength does a great job starting this batter off 0-2. Moderate lead over at first, so nothing significant there. Foul tip, but Paul McClinney collects that off the bat, and that is going to be out number 1. So Austin doing a good job with some movement on that pitch, and we'll see how things progress here with batter number 3. Swing and a miss, throw down, and Paul just off the mark there, more to the left and away from where the runner was at. So runner will be safe up at second. Nice to have Paul back in the lineup today. He was not able to join us yesterday, had a football game. I was talking to him just before the game, and Paul was able to bust out a win. He was all smiles, so that's good to see.
There you go.
Hard line drive in between third and short, and that's going to be good for a single as the runner advances from second base over to third. So now runners on the corners for the Grizzlies, just one down here in top of the first. So nice good sized lead over there at first. And Austin starts off the number 4 hitter outside. And I said I did end up with a better roster on the Grizzlies. I only got a quick snapshot of it. I'll try to get that transcripted down so I'll be able to call these guys out a little better as this Grizzly fouls one back. Now 1-1 count. And strike 2 call, outside corner. That'll make it now a 1-2 count. And Grizzlies are not aggressive on the base paths right now, so nobody running from first. Swing and a miss. This one down in the dirt.
There you go.
And MacNSeitz coming away with a couple of errors here to start. So unfortunate there, Austin earning a strikeout, but reaching on error as we didn't throw down to first, instead throwing down to second. Not exactly sure why. After the throw down to second off the mark, an errant throw home, and the Grizzlies are now on the board 1-0. So we'll say typically our MacNSeitz boys really solid infield in particular, and as a wild pitch is delivered, Grizzlies do not advance, even though that ball makes it all the way to the backstop. So again, not overly aggressive on the base paths, but just one down. But our typically good fielding infield had a number of issues yesterday, but offensively, our offensive production just outstanding yesterday, putting the bat on the ball and getting a number of walks when they had nothing to hit. And ultimately, that offensive production kind of leading to that 2-0 start. So we got a 2-1 count. Runners on second and first. Swing and a miss. So just a couple of miscues here fielding-wise, and we'll see if MacNSeitz can get out of this inning without any further damage. That is going to make it a full count. And a strike 3 call. I don't know what happened here. Batter was out on the third strike. And so once again here, I'm confused, but my apologies, folks. Looks like on that drop third strike, the batter was called out. I got confused because, again, they had a yellow shirt over there, I think, at the first base coaching slot, which I thought was the first base slot. So, well, regardless, Grizzlies do end up with one on the board. I understand that it was on the drop third strike. That's what I just said. But so Grizzlies on the board here early, 1-0. I think in our contest yesterday, MacNSeitz got off to a really strong start, and offensively, Grizzlies were able to come and put 2 on the board, but a little bit later in the matchup, and I think ultimately that contest ended after 4 innings. And give me just a moment here for a quick audio break. All right, and leading off for MacNSeitz is Reed Eckert. Reed taking his first pitch for a ball. You know, Reed coming into this tournament, had not had a hit in the fall season, but again, I think important to line out that Reed had not made it for a number of the games and tournaments that we'd had. So this is our 4th and final fall tournament, and glad to have Reed out here on the diamond with us. Had earned a .250 on-base percentage coming into the game. And as I said earlier, everyone doing a pretty fantastic job out at the plate yesterday. As Reed swinging away here early and fouls that one back, now a 2-2 count. We're going to see this sun start to pop up and really start getting into the camera view a little bit, but we'll make some adjustments as we can. Pop over to this view here. And so Reed, thinking that one was a ball outside, is called for, my goodness, called for strike 2. Well, that's not what I wanted to see. There's ball 4. And just as the Grizzlies did, the MacNSeitz team earning a walk from their leadoff batter. That'll bring us up to number 2-8, Harrison Perkins. Harrison batting .294 on the season. With 6 RBIs. That was coming into the tournament yesterday. Certainly thinking he possibly improved that as Reed makes his way over to second with a stolen base. So that's ball number 2, a little bit of a wild pitch. The ball carrying off of the catcher's glove, and Reed intelligently making his way over to third, paying close attention to the action at home plate. So now a 2-0 count. Harrison on a swing and a miss. And Grizzly pitcher struggling with a little bit of control here. He's had a number of pitches kind of come out the fingertips and the hand just a little bit wonky and struggling with some of that control here early. As Harrison earns a walk. That'll put runners on the corners for Arlo Mai. Arlo Mai batting .406 coming into the tournament. Had a good day at the plate yesterday. Had 14 RBIs coming into the tourney and had a number of them yesterday as well. Runner steals to second, uncontested. And that'll put runners on second and third. So Arlo taking his first 2 pitches for called strikes. No swings yet. Now that runner on third base is Reed Eckert. He would represent the tying run as Arlo fouls that one back. Harrison Perkins over there on second would represent the go-ahead run. That ball outside. And this one missing inside. So pitcher working out and in, but that'll be a pitch count now, 2-2. Arlo with a .625 slugging percentage sends a deep fly ball. This one is going way back, way back. And that is... It bounces to the fence. Arlo, I thought it was actually over. Arlo up for a 2 RBI triple. And that'll put MacNSeitz ahead in the contest 2-1. Arlo, my goodness, he really turned on that one, and it was deep enough. I was having a difficulty seeing where that ball landed as it bounced. Looked to me like the Grizzly outfielders were slowing up as they saw it, which oftentimes you'll see on a home run. And I think even as that ball continued to carry, I think Arlo maybe thought it was out as well because he was not running at his full speed, but still able to be up with a triple and 2 RBIs here to start. And Arlo gets thrown out at home, trying to steal home on a pass ball, and unfortunately that did not work out in MacNSeitz' favor. Now up at the plate, Paul McClenny. We missed Paul out here on the ball fields with us yesterday. He was out finishing up some fall football. And so kind of primary season for that sport takes precedence. But come spring and summer, I'm sure we'll see Paul out at every contest. Good to have him back as he's been so consistent for us behind the plate and, of course, up at the plate. And so far, nothing yet to hit. So now on a 3-0 count. And a nice curveball in there for strike number 1. I will say that's one of the things I've seen Paul do this fall season very well, staying right there staunchly in the box. Didn't buckle the knees, anything. It was just not the hit that he wanted to go after. Pitch comes back with another curveball there. Paul fouls that one off, and we now have a full count. And Paul earns a walk right there. So MacNSeitz earning their way on base and then capitalizing with a big hit by Arlo Mai. As we continue to play here, home plate umpires calling a quick timeout as a courtesy runner's coming out for Paul McClenny. This is typically going to be your last out by rule, and as such, that is going to be Arlo Mai. Jacob Larson now at the plate. As he takes his first pitch down and outside. Jacob batting .250 on the fall season with a slugging percentage of .286. I tell you what, the last 3 games, Jacob's been seeing the ball really well. And now we're starting to see him perform at the plate, as I think a lot of the team expects, as he's a fantastic hitter. So Arlo with a good lead over there. Pickoff attempt. It gets away from first, but Arlo decided not to try to go to second. And I think he might be thinking better of it after getting thrown out trying to steal home. Arlo's so fantastic in many aspects of the game, but not one of the MacNSeitz speedsters. As Larson takes a strike on the outside of the plate. Now a 2-1 count. Larson fouls this one back. I'm not even quite sure how he got the bat on that one. Moved his back foot out and brought that bat down, putting the bat barrel on the ball, but fouling it off to the right side here. Hard hit ball. This one's to the right side, but it's going to be in foul territory. Hitting that one hard. So good solid contact there. We'll see if he can't straighten it out here on his next pitch. Jacob coming into the tourney had 4 RBIs. Slugging percentage of .286. Gets a good one to hit there, fouls it back. And so a good battle here at the plate right now. And I'm getting a couple of notifications that our streaming signal's unhealthy. I'm told that the wind does not affect it, but my experience says otherwise. We are playing at the same ball field we played at yesterday morning. Had no problems with the stream on that day, but the wind continued to increase as the day went on, and I expect that's going to be the same again here today. And Larson with a good quality at bat earns himself a walk, and that'll put runners on second and first for number 5'8", Odie Saxon. So some of the cloud cover helping us out with that sun coming up. Ball high and inside to start. Odie with an OPS of .492. That's a combination of your on-base percentage and your slugging percentage here in this season. 2 RBIs, and he rockets one in between first and second. That's going to be a single, and they hold Arlo Mai over at third. So a nice solid hit right there, and that'll keep things rolling for MacNSeitz now with the bases loaded and just one down. That's going to bring up number 36, Austin Strength, to the plate. So Austin working out there on the mound for us today, looking to help himself out here, possibly with some RBIs. He's had a number of good clutch hits for us, 4 RBIs coming into this tournament as of yesterday. And nice curveball, that one coming in just missing high. And Strength doing a great job staying in the box, recognizing the pitch and not the one he's wanting to go after. Fastball coming in. That one's 68 miles an hour on the pocket radar today. We were able to get that up and running. I was told by Tucker Lee yesterday a lot of frustration that pocket radar was not up and working yesterday. But we got it up and running today. And I think I told him it has no bearing on the wins, losses. Just one of those things that's kind of nice to have. And so a hard foul ball, this one going over to the right side, and one of the boys sitting just outside the dugout gets pegged by it. I couldn't quite tell who it was, but that is one of the MacNSeitz boys over here on the right side, and he appears to be a hurting unit right now. Home plate umpire now informing both teams, get your butts back in the dugout. And that makes Austin Strent's pitch count now 2-2. Ground ball, this one's going to be over to second base. He's going to throw over to first. Throw's going to be off the mark. Austin Strent will make it 2 runs come across. Odie Saxon making good use of the overthrow and getting over to third base. So 2 RBIs in for Austin on an error. That'll improve our score 4-1. And now number 19, Tucker Lee, at the plate. So Tucker with a hard foul ball. This one going down to the left, to the Grizzlies dugout, rather. So pitch, not sure if he can decide what's going on here. Okay, there we go. I thought perhaps the pitcher was going to be going from the windup, and he changed his foot positioning over to work from the stretch. So good lead over at first. Conservative over at third. Pickoff attempt, and first baseman just stepping over the runner to save another throwing error. Ball outside, runner goes, and he's going to be up on second, uncontested. Tucker Lee now with a 1-1 count. Tucker with a big base clearing triple yesterday, feeling a little more confident at the plate. A curveball high and outside. So Tucker Lee with 5 RBIs on the fall season coming into this tournament. Obviously, just that's a strike 3 call, and I got to tell you that one looked well outside to me, but nonetheless, that'll give the Grizzlies 2 outs. And runners on second and third. Coaching staff for the Grizzlies taking this opportunity for a short mound visit. Not seeing the best body posture by the pitcher out here, but hasn't started off terribly. Number of walks and things like that. Struggling with his control a little bit outside. But keeping the ball in there. Brooks Carr with a hard hit. This one goes foul. And that one looked like it was close to the line, but home plate umpire right on the line has the best advantage point to see where that was at. So some nice solid contact from Brooks. See if he can't straighten that out just a bit. That's a ball outside, and I'm telling you, that was about the same spot that that Tucker got it on the third strike call. But, both Brooks and Tucker left-handed bats. This one coming in high. Brooks now on a 3-1 count. So Brooks with 2 RBIs in the fall season. That's just 3 tournaments coming in before this one. And he earns a walk here. That'll load the bases. And so not unlike the contest that we saw yesterday, a number of walks, then a couple of key hits leading to a variety of runs, and that's what we've seen here so far. Curveball high and inside. He's got some nice downward action on his curveball, not coming across, so working from left to right, but up and down rather. Fastball strike 1. That's coming in 61 miles an hour. So maybe dialing it back just a little bit, trying to look for a little bit more control over the pitch. This one outside. So 3 pitches, 3 balls. This is to number 11, Evan Book. Evan putting the bat on the ball a couple of times. Nice hit here. This one's going to find some green grass. There's going to be some RBIs. One run comes across the plate. They send the next runner, and that'll be a 2 RBI single for Evan Book. That makes our contest now 6-1, and that will bring up number 10, Grant Kelly, to the plate. Grant joining us for the first time yesterday this fall season on a swing and a miss for pitch number 1. Grant not having a great day at the plate yesterday, but obviously you got to think first game in with the team. Swing and a miss there. Got to have a little bit of nerves and things like that. So sometimes it takes guys a little bit to just kind of settle in and become themselves and the players that they are. So runners now, second and first. Here we are, bottom of the first, 2 down. And Grant gets the bat on the ball there, fouling that one back. Swing and a miss, and that will retire the side. But not before MacNSeitz puts 6 on the board, and they'll enjoy a 5-run lead. So a lot of baseball here yet to go. And I'm going to see if I can't get this Grizzly lineup going. So short audio break. So ball 1 here to start in top of the second. MacNSeitz sticking with Austin Strength out here on the mound. That is number 15 more for the Grizzlies up at the plate. Fly ball right side. This one's going to be trouble. It gets just beyond the glove of the batter. Runner showing good speed. Makes his, and he's going to third. Will be a play at the plate. Oh, man. He was out. I tell you what, man. Calls are not going our way today. Nice throw in from the relay. Grant Kelly with the throw right on the mark. Arlo Mai spinning around, tagging, and the runner off the base. But MacNSeitz not getting the call there. But a nice piece of hitting for the Grizzlies, and they start off with a leadoff triple. Ball outside. I honestly don't know how that call was not made, and you could tell that the base umpire was considering his call, but nonetheless, call stands. And play resumes. This ball coming in high, 2-0 to start. Ball down. This is pass ball. Runner goes. And Grizzlies put another one on the board on a pass ball. So that is number 5, Dean, for the Grizzlies up at the plate. Looking comfortable in the box. Austin Strength looking unfazed out there on the hill. And delivers a nice strike there for a 3-1 count. And one almost in the same exact spot. Coming in at 57 miles an hour, and that'll make it a full count.
There you go.
Foul ball down the right side. And a quality at bat for the Grizzlies here. Ball in play, right side. That's going to find some green grass, almost in the same spot as that last hit. But MacNSeitz more prepared for this one, and that will just be a single. Number 13 now at the plate, Gibb, for the Grizzlies. One runner on. Looks like the Grizzlies are going to have a courtesy runner coming out for their catcher. And what looks like a good substitution for them speed-wise, at least out on the base pass. Swing and a miss. MacNSeitz with no outs right now. Home plate umpire taking just a quick moment here to clear off the dish. Runner goes. Nice throw down. That's a close play, but Grizzlies are up safe out at second. Runner did not slide, and I think that's part of what made the play closer than it should have been. Pop fly right side. This one's going to be out of play. And Grizzlies alive with the bat this morning, putting bat on the ball maybe a little bit more than they did in our first contest. Home plate umpires calling time and talking with the base umpire. So it might be a teachable moment here. I'm not sure exactly what he said. So count now 1-2. And strike three call. Austin getting his first strikeout on the day. And that'll be number 30 for the Grizzlies up at the plate, Hurley. Still one runner on second base, just one down. And a strike one call. Grizzly batter stepping out as that ball was coming across the plate. Not sure what he saw there, but ball's on the outside corner. And a wild pitch. This is going to allow the Grizzly runner over to third. Ball, no real chance to even get a glove on that ball. But a 1-1 count. And batter calling time just before the beginning of Strent's motion home. So umpire awarding him that timeout. And a strike call. That ball gets away from Paul. And another run is going to come across the plate. So a great pitch by Austin. Not sure exactly how that ball hit Paul's glove, but got away from him there. And Grizzlies paying close attention to the action at the plate. Make good use of that ball getting away and bring a run across home plate. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike three, and that'll be two down. Austin Strent thinking that was going to be three out. Ball down. And that's number 24. This is the top of the Grizzlies lineup. Murray at the plate. Ball in play. This one's going to be through the infield, and he'll be up for a single. So Grizzlies lead-off hitter doing a good job, earning a walk in his first at-bat and a single here in his second. That brings up number 74, Kinzer, to the plate. Runner goes, hard hit. This is well back over the right fielder's head. This is going to roll all the way to the fence. Runner rounds third, runner rounds second. They continue to come in, and there's going to be a play at no play at third. And Kinzer is up with an RBI triple. So that brings our contest now 6-4, and Grizzlies, again, as I said earlier in the broadcast, not always the same team when you face them a second time. Doing a good job up at the plate. Runner now on third. Swing and a miss. That is going to be to number 7, Bailey, at the plate. Chasing one high, and that's going to be an 0-2 count. That pitch coming in 53 miles an hour. Austin, not a big, huge velocity guy, but consistently in the zone. And as we've seen this fall season, not a lot of walks. So a 1-2 count now. Runner on third here in top of the second. Sun starting to peek out. This one's right up the middle, and that's going to get through the infield for sure. And an RBI single as the Grizzlies cut down that lead by MacNSeitz. Contest now 6-5, and we're going to have to see how these MacNSeitz boys respond to maybe a team they thought they were going to just walk by. Ball down, back pick over to first. Bad throw by Paul. This one's going out to right field. Not a fast runner, but he's making his way over to second. I think he easily could have rounded third, but throw comes in. And a throwing error equates to a runner in scoring position.
There you go.
Hard hit ball. He calls it foul. Home plate umpire standing right there looking down the line, calling that a foul ball. So Grizzlies continuing to pound that right side of the field today. And Austin Strength looking for that third out to get the heck out of this inning. And a nice pitch there coming in, 0-2 count now. MacNSeitz coaching staff given our pitchers this fall season a lot of room to come in there and battle. Foul tip, Paul holds on to that one, and that'll be out number 3. So 2 strikeouts now on the day for Austin Strength. And that'll take us to bottom of the second, but not before the Grizzlies put 4 on the board, or 4 more on the board, for now a score of 6-5, still in favor of our MacNSeitz crew. Now some of that nice cloud cover we had blocking that sun is kind of dissipating. And folks, if you're joining us this morning, I'd appreciate it if you give our video a like. Consider subscribing. Those numbers help us out with our YouTube analytics as we are going to approach our 2023 season. Boys going to be taking a short break here after this last fall tournament, and then we'll be entering into some of the winter workouts. MacNSeitz has a great training program where they offer 4-on-1s, which are small training sessions with just 4 players and 1 professional coach, working with the boys on all the different elements of baseball, including fielding, throwing, and then also hitting. And so that's a great workout for those boys to do leading into the more robust winter program beginning in January. But again, we will use these YouTube subscriber numbers and things like that as we go out and show some of the local companies that support local youth athletics, looking for some sponsorships. If you happen to work for a company or are part of a company that would be interested, please leave us a comment with some contact information and we'll reach out. But that brings us to bottom of the second. Now up at the plate, top of the lineup, number 8, Reed Eckert at the plate. Curveball, this one coming across the plate, and Reed Eckert just can't believe it, putting both hands on his helmet. Fastball inside, and now 1-1 count. So pitch doing a good job. Curveball across the outside corner to start, and then working back inside. And this another curveball high and inside. That one coming in 52 miles an hour. Reed making his way on base via a walk in the first inning. And now a 3-1 count with a potential on a similar outcome. And ball four it is. So leadoff runner getting on base. And that brings up number 2-8, Harrison Perkins. Pickoff attempt over at first, but Reed back safely with no problem. Harrison Perkins, 5 hits in the fall season, and that may seem a little bit low, but a nice average at 294 for his batting average. Part of what leads to that is his number of walks. So 13 walks coming into this tournament as he fouls that one off, and Reed will have to return over to first. So it looked like Reed was definitely on the steal. We'll see what he does with this pitch here. Nice healthy lead over at first. And he goes. Throw goes down, but that's not going to be any close to near time as Reed got a really healthy jump. So 1-1 count to Perkins. Now 2-1 count. Perkins, not a great day in the outfield yesterday in game number 2, but you know he was battling a lot of sun. And I was talking with Tucker Lee here last night and asking him because he was playing in the outfield as well, and he did say that the sun was just at the perfect angle. Anytime that ball went high into the sky, causing the sun a lot of problems. But Perkins, typically really strong fielder. Now on a 2-2 count. That one inside. So full count, nobody down. Runner on second base. And Perkins earns another walk. So in similar fashion to any number 1, first 2 batters on, and now number 9, Arlo Mai, up at the plate. Arlo with a tremendous hit, going deep, deep left field, and a 2 RBI triple to start. And a strike call, this one outside corner. Runner, no. Ball inside. I thought the runner was going, but I think I've seen Reed do this on a number of occasions where he feints a steal over there at second. Ball inside. That one coming in 50 miles an hour. So pitch doing a good job of varying up his pitch type and pitch velocity, but not at his advantage right now. 2-1 count. Runners on second and first. That pitch about in that same location, kind of that inside part there that was called the ball, but Arlo stepping back and hammering that ball down the left side. So Arlo not looking for a walk here. He's wanting to put the ball in play. Ooh, nice curveball over the outside corner for strike 3. And Arlo not liking that call, but that's going to bring up number 12, Paul McClenny, to the plate. Just one down. Paul batting .481 on the fall season. Slugging percentage is .667. And he fouls that one off the end of his bat. So Paul calling a quick timeout and conferring on the sign from third base side. Ball inside. Now 1-1 count. So looking at Paul's OPS, and so that's a combination of his on-base percentage and slugging percentage, 1.267. That's an incredible number. And if you guys ever pay attention to those types of stats, Paul, on-base percentage of 600 and a slugging percentage of 667. Both fantastic numbers, and we'll see what he can do here. Grizzly pitcher with another nice curveball there. Now 1-2 count. And a strike 3 call. That's going to be 2 down. Caught Paul with an outside fastball over that corner. I did say it earlier because I didn't have the roster up and ready to go as I got it just right at game time. But number 74, Kinzer, on the hill for the Grizzlies. Getting a couple of strikeouts here and looking for his way out of the inning. Ball call, both runners go. And not even an attempt at a throw. Got to be honest, I'm not sure why we hadn't done that a little bit earlier. Fastball coming in, 66 miles an hour, but that's missing just high. And a good-looking curveball. Starting off right at Larson and then coming back across the plate. That'll make it 2-1 count. Larson, 4 RBIs coming into this matchup. And with an opportunity to add to that here, 3-1 count. Ball in play. This one's going to be over to second base. And a bad throw. That will have Larson reaching on air, but also earning an RBI. And that'll give MacNSeitz just a little bit more breathing room, making the contest now 7-5. That'll put runners on the corners as number 5'8", Odie Saxon, takes his sign from third base side. Larson goes, and no throw down. So runners on second and third. And Odie with an opportunity for some more RBIs. 4 on the season so far, and 2 in scoring position here. So a nice curveball gets Odie there as he stepped back just slightly, and the ball coming back across the plate. Fastball in. This one goes into play over to shortstop. They haul that one in for out number 3. Well, MacNSeitz puts one more on the board, and a much closer contest than I think some of the boys may have guessed. Top of the third, and we are in bracket play, so this is single elimination. The winner will move on. This is the quarterfinal for the Fall Classic presented by Sports America. One of the smaller, actually I think the smallest tournament that we've played in this fall season. Just 8 teams and a number of teams that we've actually played in some of the other tournaments. A couple of the teams from the 643 Academy. But looks like the Velocity Academy earning the number 1 seed. And let's take a quick look at the seeding for today. Velocity Academy going 2-0 yesterday. Their average runs allowed just 3, and that earned them the number 1 seed over our MacNSeitz boys. Also going 2-0 on the day, but our average allowed at 6.5. So just 2 to the Grizzlies yesterday, and obviously well more than that here today. But in a interesting game against the Prodigy Teal folks yesterday, up well ahead of them. Then 643 Casey Gray, 3rd seed. 643 Casey White in the 4th seed. EKC Black, number 5. Prodigy Teal, number 6. Grizzlies 7, and the Midwest Longhorns rounding it out, earning the 8th seed in our bracket play here today. So it looks like our MacNSeitz team changing out our pitcher here. Now up on the hill, Grant Kelly. And this is the first time we've seen Grant pitch for us. Starts off 2-0 count. And now 3-0 count. So interesting to go into bracket play, but obviously in order for us to make any type of run towards the championship, you know you're going to have a number of arms throw in order to make it through that day. And so 4 pitches, 4 balls for Kelly here to start. But he's not looking overly perturbed over there on the hill, so I don't think anything to get too concerned about yet. But leadoff batter earning his way over to first base. Runner goes, throw down, this throw right on the spot. And Paul McClenny guns him down. Man, what a fantastic, I mean, that ball just hit right on the spot. The glove did not move at all, and the runner slid right into it. So that'll be out number 1. And as we've seen now here at least 3 or 4 times here in the fall season, Paul McClenny gunning somebody down. And so key to that is the pitcher's delivery home and the type of jump that the runner gets. And a swing and miss there, now 1-1 count. Ball high, this one coming in 56 miles an hour. Pop up, this one's going to be out of play on right side. And Grant looking like he's going to settle in. Yeah, I've had a bad habit of interchanging Paul and Arlo's names as we're coming in, as I'm announcing here the play-by-play. We're at a full count now. It is Paul McClenny behind the dish. Oh no, that is Arlo behind the dish. My apologies. Now I see what you're saying. Ball 4 and another walk. Grant looking like he was starting to settle in here just a little bit. You know, Paul playing a full football game yesterday, and I'll tell you what, after a full football game, you can feel beat up. Arlo with a throw down. That one close, but no cigar. And the Grizzlies will be on second base. I think I'm just so used to seeing Paul behind the dish, and then surprised to see Grant Kelly out there on the mound. I didn't pay any attention to the change out there behind home plate. And Grant with a great pitch there. Now a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. That one coming in 57 miles an hour. Got to tell you, watching so much pitching here this year, that pitch, and maybe it's part of Grant's delivery. Pass ball. This is going to be ball 4. Oh, there's a swing and a miss. They got him, and then they got him there at home. Oh, man, fantastic. So a swing and a miss on a pass ball. Runner goes to first. Arlo hustles back and does a fantastic job getting a nice throw out to first base for the out on a dropped call, third strike. The runner on third then comes home, and Odie with a great throw back to Arlo, and that gets us out of the inning with no runs scored. And so it looks like the Grizzlies are making a pitching change here. And what's going to be the bottom of the third. They're going to bring out number 24, Murray, out there on the bump. And then leading off for us in this half inning, Austin Strength, followed by Tucker Lee. Well, weather and the elements affecting baseball so often, but playing here in late October, we got a high, I think, of 83 today. And a nice warm day, but with that warmth also comes a little bit of wind. Looks like the Grizzly pitcher is now all warmed up. And the home plate umpire ready to begin. Just one more warm-up pitch here. So I would expect MacNSeitz to be a little more aggressive on the base paths here. We'll see if we can get to base. But leading off, number 36, Austin Strength. Austin just 231 on his batting average coming into this tournament, but with an on base of 432. Takes his first pitch down. Pop up, this one straight up. Going to be foul territory, and the pitcher catcher not calling it out and not communicating. That will equate to a foul ball for Strength and another opportunity to make his way to base. Man, this dust just blowing straight in. Ball in play. This one's going to be over to shortstop. Throw come over. And that one's fired in for out number 1. That looked to be number 74, Kinzer, on the play for the Grizzlies. That brings up number 19, Tucker Lee, to the plate. As play pauses while a dust storm comes across home plate. My goodness. Ball outside. That one coming in 57 miles an hour. That ball down low and away. And my backstop camera has been blown out of position. So 3 pitches, 3 balls. And Tucker looking a little frustrated, wanting something to hit. That ball well outside, and that'll be ball number 4. Tucker making his way down to first base and putting an oven mitt on. That brings up Brooks Carr. Runner goes. Strike call, and throw was well off the mark. Runner up safely. Pitch count now 1-2. Ball in play. This one's through the infield. Tucker will round third. That made it past the outfielder. Brooks is turning. He's going towards second. And a great piece of hitting right there by Brooks Carr for an RBI double. And that'll improve the MacNSeitz lead 8-5. Evan Book with a great hit in his last at-bat. Now up at the plate. Pass ball. Runner will advance. And you know, a little unsure as to why the Grizzlies would have made a pitching change. It could have to do with the amount of availability. And depending on how much Kinzer may have pitched yesterday. Ball in play, right side. This is going to find some green grass. That'll be an RBI single for Evan Book. Making our contest now 9-5. Pickoff attempt over at first. Ball down, and runner goes after the fact. No throw down. Home plate umpire taking a short pause here to clean off those base paths. Or home plate, rather. If he took enough time to clean off the entire base path, we might be here a minute. Who knows what I'm talking about. Ball out. Evan being aggressive on the base path. Looked like he was possibly getting ready to steal for third. Decided better of it and went back. Grant Kelly now at the plate. Ball high. So Grant with a strikeout on his first at-bat. And now on a 3-0 count. That's ball 4, pass ball. Runner goes over to third. And Greg Kelly trots down to first. Runners now in the corners and a courtesy runner coming up for Grant Kelly. Last out was Austin Strength. And now Reed Eckert at the plate. Pickoff attempt over to third. Evan just goes for home. And Grant Kelly went to second at the same time. So all by design. And that puts another one on the scoreboard for MacNSeitz. So Evan with a large lead out at third, baiting the pitcher to throw. Base umpire talking to the pitcher about his motion. Not sure if he was concerned about a balk, but I didn't see it on the pickoff attempt. And ball outside. So Murray struggling here early. And now a 2-0 count. And a good looking curveball for strike one. That one coming in 53 miles an hour. And a ball outside. Reed will earn himself a walk, and that'll put runners on second and first. And the Grizzly coach wanting to take, oh, it looks like he's just made that decision right away. There will be a pitching change. And I'll take a quick opportunity while this pitcher warms up to adjust that backstop camera. Okay, all set to resume. That brings up number 28, Harrison Perkins. Didn't do a great job on that backstop camera, but somewhat serviceable at this point. As Harrison takes a ball low and inside. Runners on second and first, bottom of the third, just one down. And a strike outside corner, that one 59 miles an hour. And we saw this young man pitch second half of our game yesterday. Harrison with a rip down to shortstop. He snags it. And Harrison will reach on a fielder's choice. And that will make runners on the corners for MacNSeitz. Man, shortstop was just in the perfect position for that because Harrison got a hold of that ball. Shortstop did not have to move. Rather just put out his glove and snagged a hard hit ball. That brings up number 9, Arlo Mai. Strikeout on his last at bat on a curveball in the outside corner, and Arlo not at all happy with that pitch. Harrison goes. Don't want to say almost as expected, but Harrison with great speed out there on the base pass. Errant throw from the catcher, and Austin Strength a little sleep out there on third base. Probably could have made it home. Catcher glove in that one, down low and right. Pickoff attempt over third, and Strength back safely, no problem. Short timeout as the wind gusting. Count now 2-0. And a strike call there. That is number 7, Bailey, and I don't know what happened, but Austin Strength is laying on the ground over there at third. I don't know if anybody saw what happened to him. I was watching the pitching action and the pitch delivery, but Austin is like writhing in pain out there on third base, and Coach Brady squatting down next to him trying to find out if he's going to make it. Looks to be limping just slightly. Possibly that right leg hurting. So not sure what happened there at all, but nonetheless, play resumes and Austin continues. Arlo Mai, high fly ball, left side, center fielder handles that one for out number 3.
Nice job, boys.
Well, MacNSeitz, I wouldn't say necessarily a comfortable lead, but score now 10-5. And that's going to take us to top of 4. Again, going to ask parents, family, and friends, anybody taking a moment to log in here and view our games out on YouTube and Twitter. Check out our Twitter account. We're giving updates on the progress of our tournaments and different things that are upcoming as well. Do the same thing with our Facebook group, MacNSeitz 14U. Please give our videos a like and consider subscribing. That helps us support some of our 2023 sponsorship goals. Grant Kelly back out on the hill, warming up for what will be the fourth. And so leading off this inning for the Grizzlies is going to be number 13, Gibb. Kelly's still out there on the mound. And Arlo Mai behind the dish. Jacob Larson at third. Ball in play over to second. This will be Evan Book over to Odie Saxon for out number 1. So making quick work of that first batter. Brings up number 30, Hurley, for the Grizzlies. And strike one call. Hurley, much in the same fashion as his last at-bat, kind of ducking out of the back of the batter's box. And feeling like Kelly taking a little too long, so steps out of the batter's box. Ball in play, handled by Austin Strength, and that'll be out number 2 with a nice piece of fielding there by Mr. Strength. Apologize, folks, was not able to get much work here. This backstop is actually moving in the wind and creating some issues here for my backstop camera. And a nice start here on batter number 2 for Grant Kelly. Fastball 60 miles an hour right down the pipe. Strike 2, almost the exact same spot. This is number 2-4, the top of the lineup for the Grizzlies. Murray at the plate. This one up the middle. Austin Strength with a fantastic job. And that retires the inning. So some great efficiency by Grant Kelly, making quick work of the Grizzlies there in top of the 4th. Just a handful of pitches, ball in play, and out after out. So 3 up, 3 down, and that will bring our boys to bottom of 4. Leading off for MacNSeitz in this bottom half of the 4th inning, Paul McClenny, followed by Jacob Larson. Well, doggone it. Lost my center field camera there. I tried to make some adjustments, and I about biffed it. Kind of embarrassing, but we still got 2 more camera view angles, and that'll lead us through probably the end of this contest. Number 12, Paul McClenny, up at the plate. A couple of balls to start. Paul batting .481 in this fall season. Takes a strike. Count now 2-1. Our MacNSeitz crew up 10-5 against the Grizzlies out of Grain Valley. We're playing in Oak Grove, Missouri today. Warm fall day with a lot of wind. Paul fouls this one off out of play. That'll make his count now 2-2. Got to wonder how Paul is feeling after his football game yesterday. Not typical for him to start at catching and not catch a full game. But I think MacNSeitz has their eyes on trying to make their way towards the championship and giving Paul some rest as we get into some of these later games, hopefully. So well in control right now, 10-5. Jacob Larson now at the plate. Paul on first. And strike call. So now 1-1 count to Jacob Larson. Fouls this one off, hits the lights on the right side, well out of play. So Paul, not a speedster. Good healthy lead over at first. And he goes. Hit and run was on, but Larson fouls this one off. And Jacob continues to battle. Ball outside. Ball goes. And that pitch down in the dirt gets away from catcher. Paul makes it up easily over at 2. And that makes it a full count now to Jacob Larson. Just 3 walks in the fall season coming into this tournament. Swings the bat again and continues to battle here. Everything going well off to the right side, but with hard contact. Just looking to straighten that out a little bit. Ball in play high. It's going over to left field. That finds some green grass. Paul McClenny was being patient over there at second and was able to go ahead and advance to third. Nobody paying attention to Larson over at first, and he makes his way over to second. So Larson with a little bloop single there. Turns it into 2. And now 2 runners in scoring position, second and third base for number 5'8", Odie Saxon. OD 4 RBIs on the season. Slugging percentage just 192. Big swing and a miss for strike one. Seeing the ball really well in this last tournament and looking for an RBI here. We got nobody down. Back pick over at first, or not at first, at third, and no going there. This wind is just absolutely swirling the dirt everywhere, folks. Hard for these batters and catcher to see. Pass ball, runners go. And the catcher couldn't see a doggone thing. MacNSeitz will put one more on the board. Looks like that is going to be a run rule, and that'll do it for us here in this first game. MacNSeitz making quick work of the Grizzlies, but hats off to the Grizzlies competing and putting a few more on the board this morning than they did yesterday. Swinging the bats well and doing the best they could. Wish them well here in the rest of the 2022 season. MacNSeitz will play now in the semifinals at noon. So that game noon here in Oak Grove. I want to be at Field 4, and hope to see you guys on YouTube or Twitter. Please, again, if you haven't already, give us a like and or subscribe to the channel. If you hit that little bell notification, you'll get an automated notification out to your cell phone letting you know, or tablet, letting you know when we go live for play. So good work here, and outcome is as we expected, being the higher seed. And so we'll see who we're going to end up having in the semifinals. It'll be either Prodigy Teal or EKC Black, both of whom we've previously played. So thanks for joining us. Another win for MacNSeitz.